Hey everyone out there, thank you so much for checking out my Week 8 review of Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 4. I am your host, Timothy Boston, also bringing you my weekly broadcast of Talks with Tim. Again, thank you so much for checking out my review. Well, definitely the drama was brought tonight. We really, the show opened up with Sheree paying Phaedra a visit and really kind of starting a conversation about the events that took place during the court hearing in which we all saw unfold last week, or earlier this week actually, because there was a special presentation on Tuesday. And Sheree really showed, or she expressed her discontent with the events that took place and the results of the hearing. She felt as though that the hearing should have went differently, and Phaedra basically saying, I'm the attorney. Here's what you're paying me to do. And not only do I feel that this was just typical, this is just procedure, what took place. But from what I got out of Phaedra's response was that Sheree waited too late to give her a retainer for her services, and which probably had a lot to do with how she could have maneuvered things differently had the retainer had been paid earlier. But at the end, after they did discuss everything, at the end they both decided to really save their relationship and their friendship, and Phaedra gave Sheree her money back, and Sheree decided to go and find another attorney. I personally agree with how they resolved it, because I would have hate to see um, to see this their relationship and their friendship just completely go into disillusion because of a mishap or miscommunication into what Sheree really expected out of that court hearing. And I can understand how it is to maybe work with friends or work with people that you are close to. And I respect Phaedra Parks as a professional, as she has been an attorney for a while. So again, I really respect their decision to just really part ways as client and attorney. That whole attorney client relationship, they kind of parted ways with that. But it looks like Phaedra is still going to be there to support Sheree. She told her that, Sheree, I'm going to be here for you no matter what. And so they kind of, just chalked it up and said, hey, that's fine. And she gave Sheree some referrals to go find another competent attorney that could better suit her needs. And then we get to see Kim. It's almost moving day for Kim at this part in the episode tonight, and she's getting things together, and she's all ready for the movers to go into her storage bin and move things out, and however she needs to do that. And she meets with an interior designer, and she really, what I don't say about Kim is Kim tells you what she wants. She tells you what she wants straight up, and she expects for you to deliver. If you say, okay, I can do it, she expects for you to deliver. And I respect that a lot about her. She's very aggressive when it comes to that, and there's nothing wrong with it, because I believe that if you're spending your money, you should be able to get what you want and how you want it. So she met with the interior designer, and she's telling her really how she wants her home set up. And apparently Kim had some furniture that she had been purchasing over the years, and for when she finally does decide to move into her dream home. But the biggest surprise for them all, Kim was saving a surprise for Croy and the girls because of the baby's nursery. So, she is keeping that a secret from them until they actually go to see a house. But she, in this part of the episode, she's really setting things up, and she's really telling the interior designer what it is she's expecting for her to do. And then we get to see, we get to see Cynthia, and Cynthia is preparing for a grand opening of the Bailey Agency School of Fashion. And we know how important that is for Cynthia, because we've been seeing it build over the past couple of weeks. She even last week, or in the last episode, went and visited a longtime friend of hers, Russell Simmons, about possible advice and support as she does go out for this adventure. She said tonight that she had been a model for 26 years. So this is huge for her. And I think that any aspiring model who goes under Cynthia or goes to Cynthia for the support really might do well, because like I said, not many people in any career can say that their career has spanned over 26 years. So we're seeing we're seeing her getting ready for this, and then here is the whole moaning and groaning part. Not Cynthia, but things are starting to go wrong. I Anybody who's ever planned an event knows that you kind of get cold feet, almost like a wedding, but you kind of get cold feet as the days lead up to the event. And when I say moaning and groaning, I mean things tend to happen unexpectedly. You're having to deal with things face to face like that. And I could tell that it was very difficult for Cynthia because she wants this to be perfect. And her husband Peter is giving her some really tough love. He says, you know what, I've had to make my own mistakes. I didn't have any help. I'm not going to help you. So I believe in you. Just go ahead and do it. And maybe, I'm sure that that's his wife, and I'm sure that he knows best. But yeah, so she's going through the motions of just being so concerned that her event is not going to pan out right. So then we get to back to Kim, and it's finally moving. It's finally moving day, and they're moving out. They're moving stuff all around, and boy, oh boy, Kim is just so concerned that her furniture is just going to be messed up. So they had the movers. She made sure that they knew to take good care of her wigs, and it's just they're moving everything out of the way. So this is moving day for her. So Kim is just ready to call the shots. She says she wants them to protect her stuff, and she really hopes that this interior designer can deliver. For which she said that she was going to do. I don't think they're moving out of her townhouse, but moving day relating to the stuff that's moving from the storage bin, maybe some of the things from the townhouse, but from the storage bin to the new home. And then we get to see Mother Nene. And again, we've seen a lot of the motherly side of Nene over the past couple of seasons. Nene is having a nice talk with her son Bryce, her oldest son, and he's helping her move some things around the house. And she said, Bryce, you're getting older. I understand that you're working now, but I just want to make sure that you understand how important it is for you to secure that level of responsibility that you should have at someone that age. I think she said Bryson was about 21, 22 years old. And, I too respect that out of Nene, because not a lot of mothers these days take the time out to nurture a child Bryson's age at this point. So I think she really expects a lot out of him, and that's noble of her. And I think he knows that she expects that much out of him. And I think when a child knows that a parent has high expectations, they usually will work extra hard to make sure they meet those expectations. And following Nene's personality, I'm almost positive that Bryson won't intentionally make any rash decisions that will make his mother Nene not very happy. So then we get to see our friend Candy, who is having a business talk with her manager Don Juan. And in this scene, they're really talking about, okay, here are the things that we did few months back or over the past year, but we're trying to make things different. Candy said that she had an album come out. Apparently it did not go as well as she expected for it to be, and she's okay with that, because at this point in Candy's career, when you've had Grammys and when you've made millions of dollars and when you've reached the level of fame and success and fortune as Candy has, sometimes just getting a project out there, letting people know that you're still there, is well worth it. So I think that's the point that she was trying to get across tonight. But she does have some plans, and she has some projects coming up. One of the biggest projects is she really wants to tap into the country music industry. And I was actually just tweeting with Candy the other night. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I was tweeting with her the other night, and I pitched an idea to her, and she goes, no, I don't think I can do that right now. But what I told her, I said, well, you and I both know that you can really take any industry over by storm. She has the adult luxury product line. She has the clothing line, Tags Boutique in Atlanta. She's doing the music thing. She's the producer. She has her hands in so many different pots. Candy is the epitome of a very, very multifaceted professional, which in this day and age, that's very important. You don't want to be secluded to one area, because next thing you know, you're bankrupt because that area has just went afloat. So yeah, we're really seeing her making some plans for the future in this part of the in this part of the show tonight. And then we get to see Kim again, and she's finally going to see the house since things has been moved in. And she gets there, and the interior designer are there. They're not absolutely done, but they're about 95% of the way. And everyone is very happy. The rooms look spectacular, and I think Kim is very satisfied about the amount of work that has been done at this point. And that's a plus, because it's possible that it takes a lot, to please Kim. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think this interior designer really exceeded her expectations. And then we get to see Candy, who she is having a Skype call with country singer Jody Messina, and she's pitching really new ideas to Jody about really being instrumental, being in the background of her new album. And Candy is giving her some ideas. She let her listen to a track that she had put together, and Jody said, "You know what? That's fine. I like it. Let's meet up." So, from the looks of the previews, I think Candy and some of her people are supposed to go and meet with Jody and really sit down and brainstorm about how they can actually work together. And then the moment that Cynthia had been waiting for. This is the part at the end. She's ready for the event. It's the day of the event, the hours before, and she's just very frustrated and stressed because no one has RSVP'd. Certain things are going wrong, but luckily she has the help of her very supportive sister Mallory. Gets her to the event, and the place was filled to capacity. The event went well. Many people came, even though they didn't respond, and it was a little awkward for many of the ladies there tonight, because tonight was the first night that Nene and Kim had been in the same room together since Cynthia's wedding. So it was all that anticipation and that anxiety about what possibly could take place between the two. But I think it went well. Nene did her thing, Kim did her thing. They was there to support Cynthia, and that's all that was. But of course, there was a little friction between Candy and Marlo Hampton tonight, because apparently Marlo did not appreciate the questions that Candy had asked her during the last episode, or during the episode of Candy Coated Nights. And she thought that it was a little invasive, and Candy just basically said, well, it was your decision to answer the question. So if you did not want to divulge that information, then you should have just said, I don't feel like talking about that right now. And as a publicist, I tell people all the time, it's okay to tell people, I'm not going to comment on that at this time, or in some other professional or technical way or strategic way, to give them a response without actually divulging information that you don't wish to give out at that point in time. So they kind of had a little back and forth and going on. But at the end of the night, you know, Cynthia went to look for Peter, and Peter was nowhere around. I'm not actually sure why at this point. It really wasn't clear from the previews. So we will see next week what all happens, because I think this is when Marlo and Nene finally gets to sit down and talk. So we get to see next week, next Sunday. Actually, it's Christmas Sunday. Christmas night, actually. We get to see what actually takes place next week. I hope they actually broadcast next week between Marlo and Nene, and whatever else develops during that show. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to check out my weekly review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 4. I would really appreciate it if you would continue to support my videos by subscribing to my page and sharing and suggesting all of my other videos. You can also find my contact information below the show more field, and leave me comments and suggestions and opinions, or any other thing you would like to leave me in the comment area below the video. You can also find my email address. Again, please follow me on Twitter. You can find my email address, and all my other contact information is always there. So again, thank you so much for checking out the video, and until next time, take care.